This video is brought to you by the Default Gang. Drop a like on this video ASAP, or the Defaults will take over all of your Fortnite games. They will murder you and they will show no mercy. With that out of the way, go ahead and tap that thick subscribe button and smash that notification bell to join the team today. Using code PineapplezYT in the item shop makes you a super cool kid. Shout out to those rocking my code. Here are just a few of those lovely people who sent me proof on Twitter. Also, check me out on capping.tv using the link below if you want a free gift from me. I'll be live tomorrow at 5 p.m. EST. What's up, guys, and welcome back. I, of course, am Dr. P, and today we're going to dive a little bit deeper into the storyline as we know it for Season 3 and try to discover some more of the secrets lying within. So to start things off, I want to show you guys this tweet I got from Chaos over on Twitter, who says to look at this closely. If you look at the actual device event, this is a bit from the device event, you can see that once this thing actually gets struck by lightning, you can see there are shards that start to fly off the side of the device, and these are the same rift shards we can see when a rift is created, much like what we saw back in Season 5, or I guess I should say the very late part of Season 4 after the original rocket launch went up and created this rift. Now, according to what we know based off of the Season 5 trailer, we know that the very first thing, or at least one of the first things that came through that rift back in Season 5 for the Worlds Collide season was Drift himself. Drift was transported from the real world into the Fortnite world. Obviously, the device event took place last season, but that whole event was setting us up for this season, so could that in some way imply that the rifts or Drift or something like that could have an impact for this season? Well, no one really knows for sure, but let me point a couple things out to you. Number one, Summer Drift is actually back in the shop right now. Summer Drift is obviously a summer skin, and with us being in summer and in the middle of the summer event currently, they brought him back. Also, we've already talked about this previously, but Fade and Drift seem to be very similar types of people. Fade is actually the tier 100 skin, or at least one of the tier 100 skins, in the battle pass for this season. The device event was a huge event. It was the first event we had had since the end in which we came to the Chapter 2 map, so I would imagine it was probably jam-packed full of a whole bunch of different Easter eggs, and it wouldn't surprise me if this is actually one of those things. So it's been a decent bit since we've had our last update. The last update to the game was actually version 13.2. Now, a lot of people have been asking when the next update is going to be version 13.3, and according to Sheena BR, it doesn't look like it will be this week. They say, I'm very sure 13.3 will not be released this week. Next week is more likely. Leakers like this tend to be pretty precise with their predictions because they typically know a lot more stuff than we do, but at the same time, that's not confirmed. For all we know, we could get an update tomorrow or the next day, or they could even announce something shortly after I upload this video, which would be really unfortunate. But nonetheless, as soon as we get information on when this next update is going to be, I will let you guys know immediately. So for the third straight video, we have another theory about MIDAS being alive and evidence to support the fact that he could have survived that shark attack we saw in the Season 3 trailer. This Reddit post is from Mr. Gamer Guy 15, who says, so we all know that there is a golden mushroom on the map, and there is a 1 in 1 million chance that you can get it, and it gives you 100 shield. This theory says, what if the whole reason the mushroom appeared on the map is because MIDAS survived the shark attack and made it to the new island and touched a mushroom in order to try and heal himself, and by doing that with his golden touch, he turned it into a golden mushroom. This is a really good point that I can't believe I haven't mentioned before, because we discussed those new golden trucks at Risky Reels, we discussed a whole lot of statistics on shark attacks and how it's more likely that you would be able to survive an attack if it actually did happen, all that sort of stuff, but I never thought about this super rare mythic item in the game that actually is gold. And it's a healing item. It makes makes complete sense that if Midas survived, he might just kind of crawl back up on the shore and look for the first thing he could find to heal himself, which might be a mushroom. And of course, by touching the mushroom, he would not be able to heal himself because he actually turned it to gold. And this goes straight along with the Greek mythology Midas is based off of. According to the legend, Midas was a greedy king who asked for everything he touched to turn to gold, so his wish was granted. But by that logic, if everything and literally everything you touch turns to gold, you would definitely encounter some problems in your day-to-day life, and that's exactly what happened to Midas according to the legend. It says when he touched his food, it turned to gold, and when he nearly starved to death as a result, he realized his error. So it's possible for the very first time in Fortnite, that is, if Midas did survive, he is now regretting the fact that he has the golden touch because he can't even pick up food to heal himself after he's just been brutally attacked by a shark. This is actually a really good piece of information to bear in mind when it comes to trying to determine whether or not Midas survived or died to the shark, and if you couple the logical fact behind why he would want to go and eat something to heal himself after he was attacked with the actual lore of the Greek mythology, this starts to make a ton of sense, and that's just another reason that I firmly believe Midas is still alive and out there somewhere. So next up we have a tweet from my guy Nalo Raider, who says, "You said something in your latest video about Siona being associated with the lucky number 4. Well, we know 3 of the 7. Could she be the 4th? So yes, Nalo was right. In my video yesterday, I discussed a lot about Siona and what Siona might actually mean to the storyline. You should go check out that video if you missed it. But yes, according to the actual meaning of the name, the number 4 is heavily associated with that name for being a lucky number. I've also thrown around the idea of Siona potentially being a member of the 7, considering just how mysterious she is. We've gone over all that in previous videos, so I won't continue to bore you with all the details here. In my video yesterday, I discussed similarities between the Visitor and Siona and thought maybe the number 4 might mean Season 4, which was the first season the Visitor was introduced. But it could also potentially mean that Siona could be the 4th member of the 7 revealed to us. Very interesting. Next up, we've got another theory about the 7 and who they could potentially be, and this one is one of the more intriguing things I've ever talked about on the channel in my opinion. So this is from user Dawnward118, who says, "So we know for a fact that the Visitor, the Scientist, and the Paradigm are part of the 7. The Season 2 Battle Pass trailer shows question marks on the tree, referring to the remaining undiscovered 4. What if, and go with me here, when we flash to the other dimension during the device event, we see 3 folders on the desk: Midas, Jules, and Lynx. All 3 additionally know of the existence of the loop, so it can be assumed maybe they are part of the 7. That would be 6. But there was one other person in that room who knew of the loop's existence because Agent Jonesy explicitly said it. You! What if this is the intended 7? What other need would there be for a mention of it in the Season 2 trailer if they were not going to reference back to it? Maybe we are a part of the 7. It is the 7 of us who now know of the loop's existence. Thoughts? Like I said, this is definitely one of the more intriguing ideas I've seen on the channel, but at the same time, I don't know if I would agree with absolutely everything, but it is worth covering on the channel right now. So yes, on the desk during the event, you were able to see Midas, Jules, and Lynx on the desk. Those are clearly 3 very important characters to the storyline, otherwise they would not have their pictures on folders on the desk during the very important event labeled top secret. Also, I think a lot of people just kind of forgot that in the Season 2 trailer there was a tree with the markings on it indicating there were 4 unanswered members of the 7. I think it's fair to at least consider Midas, Jules, and Lynx as members of the 7 based on the fact that those pictures are actually on the desk, and also considering the fact that while we were in that office, we were overhearing Jonesy specifically talking about the loop. Also, another good point is, why would Epic even bother to put those markings on the tree in the trailer for Season 2 if they weren't going to, in some way, make another reference to that in the future? I definitely think it's an interesting idea. Let me know what you think about anything I covered in today's video, and don't hesitate to leave your theories in the comment section down below for a chance to be featured in my next video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you in my next one. Stay safe, and peace out.